Elon Musk has attained household name status, and he's not a traditional celebrity like an athlete or actor. Instead, he's part of a growing group of celebrities born from business. This titan of industry has done a lot and shows no signs of slowing down. Labeled as an oddball, he indeed owns his style, with unique names for his children and couch surfing from friend to friend, even though he doesn't need to worry about the price tag on any home. Join us for 10 interesting facts about Elon Musk. Number 10. He invented his first product at 12 years old. The year was 1983. Elon, not even a teenager, made his first business deal. It was a simple game, and he sold the code to PC and Office Technology magazine. The price tag was $500. That's nearly $1,500 today. Musk called it a trivial game, but you can play it and decide for yourself. It has over 10,000 downloads in Google Play and has achieved cult status. Trivial isn't the word we would use to describe it. Number 9. He owns one of James Bond's cars. For Elon Musk, $1 million is a drop in the bucket and a heck of a steal for a James Bond car. That was the price tag on the 1976 Lotus E-Spirit that operated underwater in The Spy Who Loved Me. The car was one of several used during production, but the only one used for underwater scenes. After bidding $100 on an unclaimed storage unit, a couple initially purchased it unknowingly. Even once they opened the unit, they had no idea what they had just purchased. They didn't figure it out until the drive home when passing truck drivers commented on the precious cargo over CB radio. Eventually, Elon found out about the car and sought out the couple. After authenticating the vehicle, it was placed at auction, where an anonymous buyer picked it up for just under $1 million. He's had his eye on the car since he watched the Bond film as a child and hoped to use Tesla technology to make it a car that can actually transform to be submersible. Number 8. Musk inspired Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Tony Stark. Elon has appeared as a cameo in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but he's also contributed behind the scenes. When Robert Downey Jr. was preparing for Iron Man, he approached Musk to learn what it would be like to be Tony Stark. Jon Favreau has also revealed that portions of Iron Man 2 were filmed at SpaceX. Some fans see the connection between Tony Stark and Elon Musk. One tweet read, "Elon Musk really is our Tony Stark. After you buy Twitter and get us to Mars, when can we expect to see your Iron Man suit?" Number 7. He's declined a traditional salary from Tesla. According to an SEC filing, Musk took a zero salary from Tesla in 2020. He has listed salaries in previous years, although the company states that he has never accepted his salary. But let's be clear, this billionaire still makes quite the profit from Tesla, just not in a traditional way. In a 2018 compensation agreement, his entire compensation package is stock-based and is released once he and the company reach certain operational milestones. He can purchase stock at a low price of $70.01 per share. Even in a falling market, Tesla stock is over $600 per share. That's no measly payout. It's how he was the lowest salaried chief executive and yet received the highest compensation in 2020 at $6.7 billion. Number 6. He ran a nightclub with his roommate. Elon hasn't always had boatloads of money, but he has always been full of hustle. While studying at the University of Pennsylvania, he and his roommate rented a large frat house off campus. The pair turned the 10-bedroom home into a nightclub to help offset the cost of the rent. Musk claims that he could make an entire month's rent in a single night, and his roommate estimates nightly crowds as high as 500. He may have been an epic party planner, but he wasn't an epic partier. He hardly drinks, so he was usually sober at the parties, and would often disappear back to his room to play video games. Number 5. He had a $6.6 million bluff called. This entry is a little less savory when it comes to our impression of Elon Musk. In 2021, he replied to a CNN headline, "2% of Elon Musk's wealth could solve world hunger," says director of UN Food Scarcity Organization. He responded that if the United Nations World Food Program could respond to the Twitter thread exactly how $6 billion would solve world hunger, he would undoubtedly donate the funds. Everyday business dealings for a man worth over $600 billion. The chief of UNWFP replied, indicating that the headline wasn't wholly accurate, but that 42 million people on the brink of starvation could be saved. The conversation went back and forth, with each question Musk asked being swiftly answered. We suppose he didn't like the answers at some point because he ghosted the conversation, ceasing replies, and not bringing up the SFP or other charitable food insecurity organizations since. SEC filings show that Musk did donate stocks worth nearly $6 billion to an unspecified charity that same year, but details are vague, and the WFP has stated that they never received a donation. Number 4. Hyperloop. One of Musk's big transportation ideas has nothing to do with Tesla or SpaceX. But it does sound like something out of the opening sequence from the Jetsons. Musk envisions an intercity transportation system called Hyperloop, which uses tubes and pods that would transport people at speeds up to 760 miles per hour. That's more than twice as fast as tornadoes' most violent sustained winds. And it would get you from Los Angeles to San Francisco in 35 minutes. And it might be coming to a city near you. Musk recently tweeted that the Boring Company will attempt to build a working Hyperloop. Number 3. He has an extremely complicated relationship with his father. Elon has gone on record labeling his father as evil and a terrible human being, claiming that almost every evil thing you could possibly think of, he's done. Growing up with his parents in South Africa, the family had a housekeeper, but he rarely saw his parents or the employee, mainly left to his own devices. His parents divorced when he was 8, and Elon chose to live with his father, while his 2 brothers decided to be with their mother. His father was an engineer and extremely wealthy thanks to working in emerald mining. When Musk struck out on his own at 17, his father's parting words were that he was an idiot that would come crawling back in 3 months. He hasn't spoken to his father in years. Number 2. He dropped out of Stanford after 2 days. This is true, but keep in mind he had already earned 2 bachelor's degrees. At the age of 24, he began a PhD program in physics. After just 2 days in the program, he had a change of heart and dropped out. He felt the call of the gold rush of the time, the internet boom. He was sure the internet had more ability to impact the world than physics research. His next focus was Zip2, a startup that offered online city guides for newspaper publishers and distributors. It was split with his brother. They sold it to Compaq 4 years later for $340 million. Number 1. SpaceX has dramatically reduced the costs of space travel. This might not seem like a big deal since it's unlikely that you or I will be able to afford a joyride anytime in the near future, but let's put it into perspective. When SpaceX launched Falcon 9 on a mission to the International Space Station, the cost was $2,720 per kilogram. When the space shuttle launched, it cost $1.5 billion, $54,500 per kilogram. That's more than 20 times the cost. It's easy to see why SpaceX gets more and more contracts from NASA year over year. One of the primary drivers of this cost is the one-use-only nature of the rockets used to launch. SpaceX is hard at work on reusable rockets from first-stage launches. This alone represents a 30% price reduction if passed directly to customers. I hope you enjoyed today's list. What was the most surprising fact from our list today? Did we miss your favorite factoid? Let us know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe for more top 10 lists like this. Until next time.